Privacy always comes with risk. Everything freedom oriented is based in risk. My own story is simple. I used to keep my life more private. I started sharing my life more. There's a trade-off. The trade-off was a bunch of people got really fucking mad about me sharing my life more. The other trade-off is simple. A bunch of other people were really happy about the honesty and openness of my life. You get, I mean, you get all things. I'm not a good actor. I'm not great at it. Even when my life was not very public, I wasn't a great actor. It was a time, it's a formula of time before I'm going to talk about life, because I fucking live it. Like, I live it and I stream every day. And when you get on camera for several hours a night, my God, like, you're going to talk about what's going on in your life. You just have to. You can't keep it up. You can't keep up the pretense of not doing the thing. If you're going to stream a lot for several hours and talk candidly without doing, like, you can do like crazy planned things and all this stuff. That's not my style. I'm going to share my life because I'm bad at keeping secrets. I'm bad at keeping things private or whatever. But the thing I want to point out is that, like, people make up stuff when you're private. And this is where I'm getting to. I was distracted by the chat, of course. People have made up stuff about my life for while I was private. And the point that I'm trying to get to is, when I became more open about my life, people decided that this was a hypocrisy about my old life. But it's not a hypocrisy. It's a hypocrisy about what people had decided about me. They had created a narrative in their life about whatever I was doing, and then I shattered that narrative by being me. And there's some things, like this past year, I'm not pretending I have not changed a little bit. Like, I've done some different things. I've had more fun than I've had maybe ever, right? I've enjoyed life a little bit. I've enjoyed freedom a lot, especially lately. Coming back after being canceled from YouTube, that was a sweet, sweet nectar of the fucking gods. It makes you feel fucking invincible. In a way. You're not. But you're a little less worried about things like, holy shit, I came back from losing everything. So with that, fuck off. And then, of course, signing the deal with Rumble and Locals makes it way, way different. Way different. And that's where I get to go, no, I get to be me. But I'm a little different for sure than I was a year ago. If you talk to me, like, it's too complicated to get into on live streams or whatever. But I know people have seen a little bit of a change. If you want to say that change is inconsistent with some value I professed, I'm not going to stop you. Ever. Ever at all. But my value has always been, I'm a libertarian. I believe in freedom. I don't really judge people for their life, their choices, their decisions. I might laugh at them. I might make fun of them. And I still will. And I don't think that anything I've laughed at or made fun of is inconsistent with what I do. Some people disagree. I'm not here to change their minds. It's okay. Don't ever let someone else dictate your life. Don't ever let someone else dictate your joy. Don't let other people dictate how you live. When you do that, when you are subservient to someone else, you will subserve your happiness. You'll subserve your fulfillment to someone else's criticism. Don't do that. Don't do that. You don't owe that to someone. The only times you owe that to anybody is if someone is paying your fucking bills. Your boss needs you to do something. You do the thing, obviously within the bounds of your values and morals. So, like, if your boss is like, well, if you want to keep your job, you got to suck my dick, and you're not into sucking his dick, don't do that. Right? Like that. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about they ask you to do something and you're like, I wouldn't normally do this. I'm not saying it's like a complete like moral 180. I'm saying it's like I wouldn't normally do this, but I'm okay with it, but it's not my thing. Cause that's just work, right? Like when I sold computers, I didn't really want to sell people like a low end e-machine, but people wanted to buy them. This is e-machines. I'm dating myself back to the late 90s. But yeah, if you wanted to buy an e-machine, I knew they were bad. I'd tell you, this is not really the greatest machine, but if someone wanted to buy it at the end of the day, I'd sell you one because my boss wanted me to sell them, right? The company wanted me to sell them. That's just how it fucking goes, right? You sometimes have to do things that aren't within your purview, but don't compromise your morals. If you have to do something that compromises your morals and ethics, then you have to really evaluate whether you should do that or not. That's what you got to do. Here's the reality about all the posting in chat. I love that people are confident to post pictures of themselves. I prefer pictures of real people to Instagram pictures and whatever. I love that people feel good about it. And I love that chat is largely encouraging. The person that chat is most critical of is me, which is appropriate. So when I post stuff, people make fun of me, and that's fine. That's as it should be. But when other people do it, they're actually really positive about it. Probably because everybody else is hotter than me. And that's always been the thing for me about like the ass posting or whatever. I don't get shit on. It's a meme, but the reality is if people post stuff, they feel good about it, they get positive validation. I'm actually really fucking happy about that. Like that makes me really like I'm glad that that shit happens. That's my perspective. Nick validating being horny. Oh, I'm horny constantly. I mean, this should not be a secret. And Lady Raggets knows this. Guys, my goal every day. I love sex. I love all parts of human sexuality. They make me really happy. I like engaging in them. And I would do it all the time. And so if I get to do that, great. If I don't, I'm okay. But I don't know what else my daily goal would be. I'm at this weird place where I've kind of like hit all of the other Maslow shit. And so you know, that's what's left. Like what else do I have to fucking do? I've got the income. I'm fortunate enough to have the income locked down. I've got kids, I've got food, I've got shelter, I've got clothing. I've got all of the basic needs taken care of. That's it.